Hey, coming up in a few minutes, we have got Marcia Makironi hosting the first ever Coffee Time Wisconsin talent show. And you get to vote over the next week who wins. There's going to be 5 contestants.
It may be the last.
Maybe the last talent show.
When I get together with God's wonderful people, love the thrill that I feel when I get together with God's wonderful people. What a sight just to see all the happy faces, praising God in heavenly places. Thrill that I feel when I get together with God's wonderful people.
Hello, I'm Marcia Makironi, and this is Coffee Time Talent Show. Today we have 5 contestants right here in the city of Coffee Time, Wisconsin. The winner will receive $9.57 in fast food coupons to their fast food restaurant of their choice. You can type in your favorite contestant in the comment section of this video. Since I am the host of this show, I cannot be a contestant.
Oh,
I know.
disappointing.
I'm sorry. However, just for fun, I would like to share my talent with all of you.
That sounds exciting.
It does.
When I'm not running the Marcia Makironi Company here at Coffee Time, Wisconsin, I waitress. Imagine that. Every Saturday afternoon at the Marcia Makironi Cafe in downtown Coffee Time. Being a good waitress takes a lot of skill and talent.
And you have it.
Yeah, I know. I would like to act out all of the things that a good waitress says to her customers at all times. Would you like sauerkraut in your coffee, Mr. Dave Hurst?
No thank you.
Would you like a normal peanut butter and Miracle Whip sandwich for dessert, Mr. Brad Hansen?
Of course. Who doesn't?
Keyboard Harriet, are you giving me a $40 tip?
Yes.
That's not necessary, although I know I'm worth it. Would you like more coffee beans in your tomato soup, Mr. Paul Tripp?
Sure.
Also, don't forget that in Coffee Time Talent Show, it is being brought to you by Marcia Makironi's company of Coffee Time Wisconsin. At my company, my 2 other Makironi sisters and I do everything we can to make everyone in the family just love macaroni. For your kids who are just fussy eaters, we have made gluten-free chocolate-covered macaroni and with strawberry sprinkles. Just ask for a free sample the next time you come in. Marcia Makironi's Cafe. My dear friends, my Pa Marshall told me they do not miss a day without their gluten-free chocolate-covered macaroni with strawberry sprinkles. Pa Marshall especially is there every day.
Yes, he is.
Time to get on with the Coffee Time Talent Show. Our first contestant is the co-owner of the Gas-Pump Brothers gas station on Gas-Pump Street in downtown Coffee Time, Wisconsin. Let's give a big hand for Unleaded Gas-Pump.
Well, give him a little music, Harriet. For 10 seconds.
Okay, that way.
You know, Marcia, I forget everything, just so you know.
You're gonna?
Well, I do. It must be my age because, I can't even remember where my phone is half the time.
Hey, we're the same age.
There we go.
Watch
Yeah.
it, bud.
unfortunately, being elected mayor is one of the things I can't forget. So let's just go ahead
Well,
and
okay,
we'll work our way
all
through
right,
this.
all right.
All right,
Welcome,
all
welcome
right.
there, Unleaded.
Well,
And before we talk about your talent, I hear you were elected mayor
I was.
last week.
I
How's it
was.
going, Mr. Mayor?
Well, it's only a 3-month term, so it'll be over soon. All right, so you want to know what my talent is?
Yeah, what is it?
It's giving great advice.
Okay.
This is where you say this is really
Oh,
exciting.
this is exciting.
Yes.
Wait, give us first 2 nuggets of advice.
Okay. Well, this one is especially for keyboard Harriet.
That's you.
Yes. If you drive 65 in a 45 zone, you might get a ticket, and you might become a bozo. Yeah. So beware.
Well, that was very moving,
I know,
Unleaded.
I know.
Before we go to your next nugget of advice, if you win, what fast food restaurant will you choose for your prize?
Well, Marcia, I always wanted to go to Taco Bell.
You like
Yeah.
that little dog?
Yep. I've never been to Mexico, so Taco Bell just makes sense to me as a choice.
What inspires you in all your advice writing and performing?
Well, that's very simple. This is one thing I can remember.
Good.
It's in the Bible. And that is where actually all the best advice comes from. And it doesn't matter what you're searching for advice for, you'll find an answer in the Bible. So Jesus said in Matthew 7:24 and 25 and 26 and 27 actually, therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house. Yet it did not fall because it had its foundation on the rock. But everyone who hears these words of mine and does not put them into practice is like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. My house is built on sand. Not my spiritual house, but my real house, my home. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house, and it fell with a great crash. You see, Marcia, Jesus does not need our advice. He only needs our obedience.
Very well said. Time now, Unleaded, for your last piece of advice.
Well, I guess the thing I'll leave you with, and this is pretty profound, I might add. It's hard for peace to come when you hit someone with a baseball bat. You can thank me later. It'll click. It'll click.
Okay. I just don't know how to say it, Unleaded. I'm so touched. If you folks watching want Unleaded Coffee Pup to win the talent contest, just type in his name in the comment section of the video next week and Coffee Time, and we will announce the winner. Thank you, Unleaded. Now let's give Unleaded Gas-Pump a big hand. Time now for our second contestant on the talent show. Gas-Pump's brother, Diesel. Welcome, Diesel.
Let's
And
give him a hand.
Welcome, Macaroni.
I am already here.
Oh, no, I'm saying hi, Macaroni.
Oh,
Okay.
hello. Welcome. I already said that.
Yes.
It's your turn.
Oh, okay. You know, Marcia, it gives my brother Unleaded and I a sense of pride, for example. 90% of the tires that are on the road in this great city of Coffee Time were balanced by me because my brother Unleaded could never balance a tire worth a hoot.
Diesel, what's your talent?
Well, I have a talent of gas station poetry.
Well, that's exciting. Give us the first of the 2 gas station poems you're going to perform for us.
She comes into the gas station twice a week, and boy, is her Edsel quite a heap. From the front to the trunk, it sure is full of junk. Fill her up, Mr. Shump, she says. Gas pump, not skunk, is my last name, I say. But she soon forgets and then drives away.
That's very riveting, Diesel. Before we go to your next poem, if you win, which fast food restaurant will you choose as your prize?
Well, Marcia, I always wanted to go to Burger King. That is where you can get a Whopper. I'm used to Whoppers. When I go fishing with my brother Unleaded, that's a good one. He has got a lot of fishing stories.
What inspires you, Diesel, in all of your poetry?
Well, Marcia, the Bible is full of beauty poetry. It is poetry that describes the awesomeness of glory of God.
Beautifully said. Time now, Diesel, for your last poem.
My brother Unleaded may not be able to balance a tire, but he sure knows how to build a campfire.
Wow. I just don't know what to say no, you're Diesel. Unleaded, I am so in awe. If you folks watching want Diesel to win the Coffee Time Talent Show, just type in his name in the comment section of the video. And next week on Coffee Time, we will announce the winner. Thank you, Diesel. Let's give Diesel a hand. Coffee time, time now for our third contestant. Talent show. It is Keyboard Harriet. She plays the music for Coffee Time Talk Show. With Robert Bob, and Flapjack Coffee Grind Show, and the Coffee Time Talent Show with me, Marcia Makironi. Let's give a big hand for Keyboard Harriet. Yay! Welcome, Keyboard Harriet. And before we talk about your talent, I want to know, Keyboard Harriet, how long have you been playing the piano?
Well, you know, Marcia, I have been playing so long, and that is all I will say.
Keyboard Harriet, what is your talent that you are going to share with us?
Well, Marcia, I have the talent of telling short stories with a moral to the story at the end.
Well, that's exciting. Give us the first short story, and Keyboard Harriet, with a moral to the end of it.
There once was a chicken in Brad Hansen's chicken coop. He wandered away in the woods one day. The chicken took a nap with a den full of weasels. That chicken came back to the chicken coop all beat up and with no feathers. The moral of the story? Chickens are stupid.
Well, that was very jaw-dropping, Keyboard Harriet. Before we go to the next short story, with a moral to the end of it, Keyboard Harriet, if you win, which fast food restaurant will you choose as your prize?
Well, Marcia, I always wanted to go to Kentucky Fried Chicken. Even though chickens are stupid, they are good to eat.
What inspires you, Keyboard Harriet, with your short stories, with the moral to the end?
Well, Marcia, the Bible is full of stories and parables that Jesus taught. And people are just stupid if they don't apply them to their lives and let them take root.
Time now, Keyboard Harriet, for your last story with a moral to the end of it.
There once was a lady who thought the cruise control in her car was the same as automatic pilot. She ended up crashing and in the hospital for 2 weeks. The moral of the story, I learned my lesson.
I don't know what to say, Keyboard Harriet. That story should keep every motorist alert to know what cruise control is all about. If you folks watching want Keyboard Harriet to win the Coffee Time Talent Show, type in her name into the comment section of this video. And next week on Coffee Time, we'll announce the winner. Thank you, Keyboard Harriet. Let's give Keyboard Harriet a big hand.
So I have just one question. Is there any particular reason why Harriet's talent is short stories?
Now it's time for our fourth contestant on Coffee Time Talent Show. He's the pastor of the Coffee Time Church of the Nazarene. Let's give a big hand to Pastor Cliff. Welcome, Pastor Cliff.
Oh, thank you, Marcia.
And before we talk about your talent, I want to know, what's it like to be the pastor of Coffee Time, Wisconsin?
Well, let me tell you, Marcia, there's never a shortage of coffee or potluck at our church.
Pastor, what's your talent?
Well, Marcia, I'm very humble about it, but I have a talent for making animal sounds.
Well, that's amazing, Pastor Cliff. Give us the first two animal sounds. The first one is a dog.
Woof, woof.
Well, that was low key, Pastor
Well,
Cliff.
thank you, Marcia. That's what I was going for.
Before we go to the next animal sound, if you win, which fast food restaurant would you choose as your prize?
Well, Marcia, I always wanted to go to Long John Silver's. You see, Marcia, I had an uncle growing up who always wore silver Long Johns, and I always wanted to see some again. It's been a lot of years, and they're pretty cool.
Wow. Well, what inspires you to do animal sounds, Pastor Cliff?
You know, Marcia, the Bible talks about Jesus Christ created all things in chapter 1. When you see all the different animals he has created, you begin to understand even more how awesome our Creator is.
Time now, Pastor Cliff, for your last animal song. Here it is, a horse. That was even more low-key, Pastor Cliff.
You noticed that is what I was going for.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
I'm glad. I'm wrong here. If you folks watching want Pastor Cliff to win the Coffee Time Talent Show, just type his name into the comment section on the video next week. We will announce the winner. Thank you again, Pastor Cliff. Give him a big hand. Now it's time for our fifth and final contestant on Coffee Time Talent Show. We don't have to ask what talent his is. Everyone in Coffee Time, Wisconsin, and the whole country knows that he is that dancing sensation. Let's give a big hand for Flapjack Coffee Grind. Hit it, keyboard Harriet.
Oh, yeah.
Flapjack,
Hi.
before you perform, tell us, how old were you when you knew you wanted to spend your life inspiring people by dancing?
Well, I believe I was around 12 or so. when I was 12, my older brother, Buford Coffee Grind, accidentally spilled his coffee down my back. Then came out a dance move I never did before, and the rest is history. I knew then I wanted to be a professional dancer.
Here's Flapjack's next dance, folks. It's called Around the Oak Tree Dance by Flapjack Coffee Grind. Hit it, keyboard Harriet. I almost felt like a teenager again. By watching Bobby Rydell perform in concert. If you win, what fast food restaurant would you choose as your prize?
Well, Marcia, I want to go to McDonald's. Boy. I always imagined myself about 6 inches tall, dancing on those golden arches.
What inspires you, Flapjack, in all your dancing?
Well, I have, I have repented of my sins, Marcia, and Jesus has forgiven me. I'm a new person. Paul said in Galatians 2:20, I have been crucified with Christ, and I no longer live, but Christ lives in me. Then, life I now live in the body, I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me. Jesus gives me a spring in my step and a song in my soul, Marcia, by trusting Jesus Christ's death on the cross alone. And as my payment for my sins makes me want to bust a move.
Time now, Flapjack, for your next dance. Here is The Dance of the Wilderness by Flapjack Coffee Grind. Hit it, keyboard Harriet. It's always been a dream of mine to dance alongside you on stage. Flapjack, please. It's always been my dream.
Well, let's make that happen.
Hit it, keyboard, Harriet.
That was awesome!
What to say?
Well, help us.
I don't know what to say,
I don't know how
Flapjack.
you follow that up.
This has been a dream come true. If you folks watching want Flapjack Coffee Grind to win, or Keyboard Harriet, or Pastor Cliff, or Unleaded, or Diesel, the Coffee Time Talent Show, just type in one of their names into the contestant section of the video next week on Coffee Time, and we will announce the winner. Don't forget, this is the first annual Coffee Time Talent Show with Marcia Makironi. Now it's done.
This is probably gonna be a dream that'll be reoccurring for me as well.
Oh, that was great!
Dream or nightmare.
You guys did awesome. That was so
Follow the
funny.
definition.
Marcia, where did you learn to do that? That dance. That was pretty cool. I didn't expect that. That
It
was.
was like the double
Oh,
wilderness dance.
This has been so much fun today. We're gonna sing another song before we go, but you guys have been great. This has been great.
Yep, nothing.
Oh, yeah, vote for who you want. You know, and it's gonna be a tough choice. You know, a very, very tough choice. And the winner will get $9.50 to the fast food restaurant place of their choice.
Oh, boy.
Oh, God is so good, isn't he?
Yeah.
We have fun together here. We do. We have a lot of fun together because we just want to share Christ. Even though we do these corny skits that I kind of write, my dad said, "You didn't write those, did you?" I said, "Yes." "No, you didn't." We want you to know that even in all the things that go on, we can still have a spring in our step, like Flapjack said, and a song in our soul because we love Jesus. I hope you've repented of your sins. I hope you've turned to Jesus today. In closing, we're going to sing God's Wonderful People again. I love the thrill that I feel when I get together with God's wonderful people. Love the thrill that I feel when I get together with God's wonderful people. What a sight just to see all the happy faces praising God in heavenly places. What a thrill that I feel when I get together with God's wonderful people. We got a new dancing team, Dave. Yes.